All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another NetherRealm Studios video. Now, this is an exciting one because we haven't gotten anything as far as talks about the next NetherRealm game, other than Ed Boon a couple times saying that, our game is not going to be here, or like we're not going to be here, we're not ready to share anything at this moment. But this is the first time that Ed has actually addressed the next NetherRealm game. And as you guys see by my reply there, I was really excited. Once I saw the tweet, I just got a big smile and I just started sweating. I was in my garage and I was working out, but it still counts, right? So Ed Boon tweeted, "What do you want to see from NetherRealm Studios next?" And then he gave 4 options. Almost 150,000 people have voted. I could have made this video yesterday. Probably would have gotten more views, but I wanted the votes to tally up to see what people's interest is in all these 4 options. So number 1, Injustce 3. Then we have a Marvel game. Then we have Marvel versus DC, and then the next Mortal Kombat is the final choice. As you guys see, there's a check mark for me. Next Mortal Kombat. Obviously, I'm a huge fan. In reality, what I want to see should have been Marvel versus DC. So it should have been another vote for that. I was more when I saw the poll, I just instinctively pressed Mortal Kombat. It just happens. I'm a huge fan. Obviously, I want to see Mortal Kombat. But in reality, a dream game would be Marvel versus DC. So let's see the votes here. 20% for Injustce 3. Only 11% for a Marvel game, because you have the better option, in my opinion. Next, Marvel versus DC. Why would you get a Marvel game from NetherRealm Studios when you could pair them up? Marvel versus DC, right? Thanos versus Darkseid. The Justice League versus the X-Men. Woo! Damn. What a game that would be. And of course, the next Mortal Kombat with 27%. At one point, Injustce 3 was actually really close to Mortal Kombat, which was shocking to me. Not because I don't think people are interested in Injustce 3. It's more compared to a Mortal Kombat, I was shocked at how close that race was before. But that's a good thing that I let the votes tally up a little bit more, because as you guys see, Mortal Kombat has surpassed Injustce 3 by quite a bit now. Of course, Marvel versus DC, Ed Boon putting that into a poll is just... I'm pretty sure even he knew that was going to win out by a large margin too. Almost 50% of the votes for Marvel vs. DC. People want to see that game so much it started trending on Twitter when Ed Boon posted this. So of course that's going to be number 1. A big brain idea that I had immediately was, I forgot where I heard it. I think I just saw it pop up on Twitter. It was a quote from an article saying that The Rock, who's obviously playing Black Adam in the DC cinematic universe, whatever they call it, he had said that he wants to extend his Black Adam to the Marvel universe. And immediately, when I saw that quote, I thought about NetherRealm Studios. I'm like, The Rock is probably the biggest player right now for DC, right? I think we could all agree he's the biggest superstar for DC right now. Anything that he would request, any ideas, I think WB would actually really go out of their way to try to get something done, because The Rock is that big of a superstar. So immediately that's what I thought. I'm like, oh shit, imagine that happens. The Rock's Black Adam somehow crosses over into the Marvel universe. I'm like, NetherRealm Studios, please. So my big brain idea is, this is more of a poll to put out there to get an idea of what people want to see for not this current next game that we're seeing, but the next game, the one that's going to be out in 2026 or whatever, you know what I mean? Because NetherRealm Studios is almost pretty much, so if they have a new game come out next year, it's almost done. And based on previous interviews that I've heard Ed Boon give, when NetherRealm Studios is almost done with their game and they haven't even released it, right? They're still months away from releasing the game. They're already brainstorming about their next game. That's just how it works with NetherRealm Studios, because one of the biggest one of the biggest names in the gaming industry. You know, they're just going to keep going on to the next game, on to the next game. Of course, they're still going to promote and everything, the game that they're going to be releasing, but they're such a big studio that they're already brainstorming for the next game. So I think that's what this is right here. And interesting that Ed Boon actually mentioned Marvel versus DC, because I think a lot of people, you know, that's what they want to see for a future project. It would have to take something like that to make this game a reality. And I'm talking about something like a little crossover, maybe a one-off movie or something with Black Adam crossing over the Marvel universe. It probably have to take something like that, because then they could make this game to like promote that, you know. It's always it always ties into promotions, you know. I'm pretty sure for Mortal Kombat, if we do get a Mortal Kombat next year, there's going to be you know, Cole Young is going to be in there or something like that, because the tie-ins with the movies and all that is a huge part of the video games. So I think this is a really positive sign that a Marvel versus DC game is actually possible. So let me just reiterate real quick. NetherRealm Studios is almost done with their next game if they release it next year. And even if they don't and they release it the year after, which I really don't think is going to happen, I think we're going to get a new NetherRealm Studios / Mortal Kombat in April of 2023. The 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat can't go by without something. And what that thing would be, what bigger than a new game, right? Fucking go big with it. So I'm not talking about this game that's being ready to be released, but the next game. So I'm slashing out Mortal Kombat because there's no way that we're going to get 3 Mortal Kombats in a row. I don't think that's going to be possible. Mortal Kombat 11, if we do get a Mortal Kombat this time, next time is going to be Injustce 3 or Marvel versus DC. The most likely scenario, honestly, is in Injustce 3 because, man, it's going to be hard, like, picturing Marvel agreeing with a Marvel versus DC game made by NetherRealm Studios, right? It's just like, that's why it's such a dream scenario. And it is a dream scenario. But I'm happy that Ed Boon tweeted this out, man. It just brought a lot of excitement to the community just by a single tweet. That's crazy. We're definitely thirsty over here, ladies and gentlemen, because with one tweet, Ed Boon, you know, gave us a little bit of life when there was no light at the end of the tunnel. I guess a little bit of light when there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Now we see something. Something's peaking. Something is peaking over there. I can't wait for the Game Awards. It's either going to be it's definitely going to be our future. It's either going to be a grim future or it's going to be filled with roses, butterflies, birds chirping, happiness. If we do get an announcement of a new game, I can't wait. I think the Game Awards are in December 8th, 9th, somewhere around there. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section what game you would like to see. Almost at this point, 150,000 votes to gauge interest in these 4 options. Injustce 3, Marvel game, Marvel versus DC, and the next Mortal Kombat. And of course, Marvel vs. DC, a clear-cut winner. Thank you, Laura Boon, for tweeting this out, bringing some excitement to the community with a single tweet. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.